Hello, this is Joy News Desk with me, Mamisi Nyamiche Thompson. Coming up, civil society organizations say Ghana is losing hope in the Galamsey fight. With more from One Ghana movement, Senyo Hosi and Reverend Father Azene slamming government for massaging the issue.
His closest confidants. If you can look, Mr. President, you can look at those children, you can look at Yahweh, all of them, you can look at those children, his wife, and still be pretending this thing on your own. Honestly, we must be met with some little honor.
I wrote an article a couple of days ago. Being massaged. It's being massaged.
This is a problem you should
massage. It's not NDC NPP matter.
Also, Employment Minister asked striking tail members to end their industrial action, stressing the government lacks the funds to meet their demands. And the opposition New Patriotic Party vetting committee to present its flag bearer report on September 29 following the appearance of all 5 aspirants before Tuesday. We hear from Cabinet Japan's camp on our desk this morning. And also electricity tariffs to go up by 1.14% from October 1. These plus some business updates on our desk. Don't go away. We'll be right back. And firstly, Ghana's fight against illegal mining may be on the brink of collapse. That's the stance from Senyo Hosi of the One Ghana movement and the Media Coalition Against Galamsey. Speaking on PM Express on Tuesday, Mr. Hosi said government has failed to act decisively, leaving the country in despair. Mr. Hosi argues that former President Akufo-Addo missed a golden opportunity to end the menace despite not facing re-election.
If this president will not do it, then we are hopeless. Because first of all, I actually thought that Nana Addo should have been the one man to have fixed this problem because he wasn't standing for election anymore. He should have left with his name high. He didn't. This president is a one-term president. If for nothing at all, one of your closest people died. Omanuni is not a friend to the president. It's his brother. One of his closest confidants. If you can look, Mr. President, you can look at those children, you can look at Yahweh, all of them, you can look at those children, his wife, and still be pretending this thing on your own. Honestly, we must be met with some little honor. Even amongst thieves, there's honor. What is this? We lie. What is the turbidity that you found at Kwanyaku?
That is 94,800 NTU.
What was it last year when we were told that it was 14,000, all of us got up? What was it? Tell the people of Ghana.
So in that same vicinity, the same central region, the different plant, it was 14,000.
Our politicians are dumb liars. They should stop it. We give you a mandate to serve us, to help posterity. We don't give you a mandate just to lord, enjoy the largesse of public office. Okay. At least give us our peace back. True service. It was 80-something thousand last year, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, 14,000.
No, you found someone be 84,000.
Yeah, 84,400. That's now.
That is, people of Ghana.
That's the 6th of September.
6th of September, we have 84,000. What are we hearing? The only thing we had was 30-something thousand.
Yeah, it was 32,000 like 3 weeks ago when the Ghana Water Company boss went to visit. But when we went 6th of September, just 2 weeks on, after the president has spoken.
Central region is just a few minutes away from here. Just a few, as if our road were proper. In fact, Kaswa is central region.
And you know, the regional minister, when this happened, he was there. He said he wanted a state of emergency.
Did you see what Gabriela Tete said? She's angry. She's going to marshal her people to go and fight illegal miners. Gabriela, you're my friend. You're a very sweet person. Don't waste your energy. Go and fight your government. They have the power to control this. There's no reason. We sat here, we had ministers who are sitting in cabinet today who said that if a government was serious, in 1 week.
Yes, correct.
Did you hear that?
I heard it.
Yeah.
Are they not sitting in government? What has happened to the 1 week? How many months now? Where we are now, it's not NDC MPP. It's the future of our children. It's the future of those children there.
Yeah.
Today, we are selling Kirkland water. Go to cantonments, you find Kirkland water. Go to East Legon, you find Kirkland. Do you know Kirkland?
Tell me.
Costco US water.
Yep.
We find Voss, it's being retailed.
So
sold like the way we are importing water. You're Jim Rough. Hey, we are importing water. It's not even Belacqua. It is not Vortic. We are importing Voss.
Well, President of the National Justice, Peace and Integrity of Creation, Reverend Father Nicholas Azani, says the fight against Galamsey is not about party politics, but about successive governments massaging the issue. He also spoke on PM Express.
And we were thinking, at the end of the day, they've taken the mantle now. Let's see something. I mean, some of the things you showed were some of the things the previous government was doing. The Bishop Conference have just written another communique, and they are saying, let's do something. Look, if things are not translated on the ground, and it's all bookish and it's all news, and look, people will continue to make noise. I wrote an article a couple of days ago, so it's now being massaged. It's being massaged.
This is a problem you should
And
massage.
it's not NDC MPP matter. I'm talking about the government. Anyone that comes massages the issue. And it's something very bad, which we need to look at. So if people are calling for state of emergency, I mean, sometimes people think it's going to come to the whole country or what, I don't know. Some are saying no, and no. We've done all kinds of, looked at it in different ways. It's not working. So state of emergency would halt what is happening, and then people can come together, we sit together and talk about some measures, concrete measures, to stop what is happening.
Well, in the wake of the fight against Galamsey, from October 1, electricity consumers will pay 1.14% more on their bills. The Public Utilities Regulatory Commission, PURC, says the adjustment follows its latest quarterly review of tariffs. In a statement, Acting Executive Secretary Shafiq Suleiman explained that the review took into account key factors including the CD-dollar exchange rate, inflation, fuel cost, and the country's power generation mix. The PURC applied a projected average exchange rate of 12 cedis, that's 7 pesos to the dollar, and an average inflation rate of 12.43% for the fourth quarter. Now, the cost of natural gas was pegged at $7.71 per MMBTU, and the generation mix remains 29% hydro and 71% thermal. Meanwhile, water tariffs remain unchanged for the period. The Commission assures Ghanaians it will continue to monitor utility providers closely to ensure value for money and reliable service delivery. Now, away from that, the Minister for Employment and Labour Relations, Rashid Pelpo, is asking striking tertiary education workers' union of the Trades Union Congress to call for its industrial action. He says government simply lacks the fiscal space to meet their demands. His remarks follows TEU's decision to defy a National Labour Commission directive to end its industrial action as members continue to press for improved conditions, or says. Well, let's get a reaction from TEU. We'll bring you that insert much later. Salamatu Ibrahim is chair of TEU. We're grateful for your time, Salamatu. What do you make of the minister's, reaction to your strike? That there really isn't any budget for you, so you should resume work with immediate effect.
Thank you very much, my dear, and good morning to your wonderful listeners. and to my wonderful rank and file, if I say rank and file, the TEU members out there who have over the years put in their best to ensure that the nation gives quality education to the to Ghanaians. It is interesting. It is interesting in the sense that we have started this struggle not today. Not today. Yes, the current government inherited our situation, but I believe that there was some handing over notes that mentioned the outstanding issues that needs to be attended to. For us to be told that there is no provision for us, then it means that the services we are rendering are not important. Education sector workers, what is more important in this nation than education? And we are education support staff. Without us, the teachers, the lecturers cannot function successfully. So if they are saying that there's nothing for us, there's no budget for us, that is okay. We'll sit down until the budget for us.
So what then will be your alternative? I mean, really, if there's no money right now for you, you say you're not returning to work. So what then happens?
We are not returning to work until something is done. They should crack the stone for water to come out.
But even with your strike, the NLC has said it's not legal. You didn't go through the right process to call the strike.
NLC always have a way. They will always come out to say it's illegal. But they know. NLC themselves, I'm telling you, but because they are working for government, they are tired of this issue. They should go into, NLC should go into its records and see the number of correspondence that we have sent to them, the number of complaints.
So let me understand this. Really, how much does government owe within which period?
As for the how much, I can't quantify it. I cannot, because for the universities, their conditions expired since 2008. And we have been operating on expired conditions of service from 2008 to date. Who does? NLC. You are a high court. But legally, is it right? Is it right legally for this is a legal document? The conditions of service is a legal document. Is it right for us to be operating on unexpired conditions of service? Is that legal?
Well, Ms. Mahama, so I mean, there should be a number to this. If government is going to at least take a step on it, there should be some form of amount they are working with. Even if it's not now, we know that this is how much government owes you. And so if something has to be done about that. You've provided that to government?
Yes, that is in our proposal.
So how much is it?
In the case of DES, we have negotiated. The outstanding issue has to do with the continual development, professional development allowance. And they asked for data, and we provided. We liaise with our employer, the GES headquarters. They gave us the data. We submitted the data to them. So they are now to quantify. I mean, into monetary terms.
Kindly hold on for me. Let's listen now to the minister on what he said, and I'll come back to you.
We don't want a situation where you deal with this issue because they have gone on strike. Then another issue, they will say they'll go on strike, and the next day another people will also do. We want to make sure we deal comprehensively with all these issues. So in the end, we don't have people saying, oh, we have been given this, these people have been given something, and these others have not been given. It will not be the best in labor management.
As of this morning, do you have a roadmap for them? What's the way forward for them, Honorable?
The way forward is to listen to them, to go to stop the strike, and to come and listen to what we have for them.
But they've indicated they won't. What is your strategy to still get them to rescind their decision and come around the table?
We want them to understand the situation. We still will have to talk with them. We need to get them to understand. But I also explain that we have, for them, there's nothing left undone. Everything has been done. All the issues had been presented to finance. The whole issue now is to include them in the next running budget, and the signature of the finance minister will be given to them. And all arrears and anything like that will be addressed. It's not like we are running away from the issue. We know that labor drives production, and we are keen to give labor the opportunity to function well, because we have a reset agenda. It's about an economy, but it's also about the minds of people. So we can cumulatively deal with all issues that have a direct effect on the economy. And we know labor is key. And so we don't want them to see that, or to have an imagination that we are not curious about what they want.
Okay. Right. Thank you for joining us on the show this morning.
Rashid Pelpo on the decision moving forward and opening up to dialogue as well. And also a running budget for you on the next budget. What do you make of what he said? Ms. Barima, unmute and speak to us. We cannot hear you now. Madam Salamatu Barima, can you hear me?
Can you hear me now?
Indeed, yes, much better, much better. Yes. Yeah, so I was asking that the minister has said that they're not leaving you dry. Actually, there's a plan for a budget for you in the next one, and also to come to the table and speak, dialogue. What do you make of that?
If they cannot make provision for us now, then we would not agree to be, included in next year's budget. And look at the number of years we have operated on a tight conditions of service, and especially in the case of the GES, they are left with only one item, and that is the allowance is an existing allowance. We are just seeking to enhance on it. The teacher's own has been enhanced on. And so we are seeking the enhancement. And so if they are telling us next year budget, then our counterparts who are in the classroom will be paid the current amount, and we will still be taking the old amount. What do you think our members will take us for?
All right.
Or we go to our various platforms. They are very
upset. I'll come back to you. I'll come back to you, Ms. Barima. Right now, let's head to the police headquarters. We understand that the Inspector General of Police and the top hierarchy of the police is addressing the media on some critical national issues. We'll go there right now and return.
Patrick, Ahia Zongo, Aputoja, Abotem, please forgive me my language. Kase Bost, Eswofua, Atosu Monaco, Pechi, Obuase, and Boho near Kronom. These are the hideouts of these criminals. I'm delighted to announce that we have successfully dismantled the gang behind all these robberies. So far, we have successfully arrested So far, we have successfully arrested 10 suspects. 3 other suspects were shot dead in the course of the operation during a shootout with the police. We have launched a manhunt for the remaining suspects who are on the run. We will not stop until we get them arrested. We were also able to recover 14 weapons, including AK-47 rifles, pump-action guns, a single-barrel gun, pistols, ammunition, vehicles, mobile phones, among others. The Director General CID will give you the full details of the operation, the suspects, exhibits, among others. Commendations. I would like to acknowledge and commend Ashanti Regional Police Commander and his intelligence team for the role they played to ensure the success of this operation. Commander, get up. Get up. Let's clap for him. Let's clap for him. Let's clap for him. Thank you. I would also like to commend all other officers who played critical roles towards this successful operation. I wish to sincerely thank members of the public who volunteered credible information to the police that contributed to this breakthrough. I want to take this opportunity to call all members of the public to support the police with information for successful investigation. Let us all be vigilant members of the community and report any suspicious persons or activities to the police. As you may be aware, the service is committed to rewarding credible information shared to support our investigation. In conclusion, I would like to assure you that the police will continue to make life uncomfortable for criminal elements in our society. We will continue to pursue you till you are brought to justice. On this note, I want to inform you that the Police Management Board have decided to promote 3 chief inspectors to the Police Academy. Three inspectors to chief inspector. 2 sergeants to inspector. 1 corporal to sergeant. 3 constables. They are lucky, very fresh. They are giving lance corporal. To the senior officers, the police council will take a decision on them. Thank you very much.
So the suspects will take leave of us as the ID indicated. We will show you a video, so kindly be looking towards the screen to my left. Thank you very much. Oh, that's all. Okay, Hosi, video. The videos depict how our officers were able to retrieve the weapons from these criminals, some of the weapons, how well they were concealed, and despite that, our officers were able to recover them. I think the internet is giving us a few breakages here and there, but we will share them with you in due course.
So over there is from the police headquarters. We shortly heard from the IGP, Christian Teteyonu, who was talking about 10 suspects arrested for robberies. 3 of the suspects have also been shot dead. Others are on the run and are being hunted. Also, various ammunition and weapons have been retrieved. And as I know, we're waiting for a video to be shown on how those ammunitions were retrieved from those suspects. Let's go back now and listen to the head of CID there.
Ladies and gentlemen of the press, good morning once again. On behalf of the Inspector General of Police and members of the Police Management Board, I am also delighted to welcome you to this Election Command Center of the National Police Headquarters for this morning's briefing. As the IGP indicated, I'll be giving the full briefing on this major success chalked by the Ghana Police Service in our crime-fighting efforts, especially against armed robberies. Through sustained intelligence operations over a period of 6 months, the Ghana Police Service, under the able leadership of the Inspector General of Police, Mr. Christian Teteyonu, has successfully dismantled the notorious criminal syndicates who have been behind several robberies in various regions of the country. The syndicate, believed to be made up of about 15 persons, have carried out mainly bank robberies in the Ahafo, Western, Central, Eastern, and Ashanti regions, in addition to other robberies. So far, 10 members of the syndicate have been arrested and are in police custody, as you just witnessed them today in this room. 3 other suspects were shot dead following an exchange of fire with the police during the operation, and efforts are ongoing to get the remaining suspects arrested. The suspects are Akwesi Ejay, alias Cobra, Ibrahim Al-Hassan, Samuel Apia, alias Akwesi Mugu, Francis Akwa, alias Preman, David Obobi, alias Wasti, Martin Akansina, alias 1 Billion, Nanaya Frimpong, alias Mystical, Kojo Atingawo, alias Boga, Samuel Akwesi Jan, Stephen Say, Koku Pepra, alias X5, he is deceased. Bozin is also deceased. Kwabna Owusu Ansa is at large, and 1 Albert also at large. The banks affected are as follows. Adansi Rural Bank in Fomena was attacked on the 10th of April 2025. The Lower Pra Rural Bank at Takrade in Traban was attacked on 24th April 2025. Asokore Rural Bank in Asokwa was attacked on the 18th of May 2025. Ahafo Kukom Rural Community Bank branch was attacked on the 30th of May 2025. Inwabeja Rural Bank at Ofinso was attacked on the 10th of July 2025. Bosomchi Rural Bank at Sontreso was attacked on the 18th of July 2025. Kakum Rural Bank at Elmina was attacked on 4th August 2025. MRB Bank in Winneba was attacked on the 15th of August 2025. The South Birim Rural Bank at Achim Asene was attacked on 16th August 2025. The EcoBank Ahafo Kenyasi branch was attacked on the 8th of September 2025. And lastly, St. Martin de Porres Co-op Credit Union at Atonsu, Monaco was attacked on 14th September 2025. I'll give you a brief fact of these robberies. On the 10th of April 2025 at about 1 a.m., this gang attacked and robbed the Adansi Rural Bank at Fomina and made away with an undisclosed amount of money and 2 pump-action guns belonging to the security men on duty. The gang scaled the bank wall, tied up the security men, and cut the security door with an industrial electric cutting machine before gaining access into the bank's vaults. On 23rd April 2025 at 4 a.m., the same gang armed with pump-action guns attacked and robbed the Lower Pra Rural Bank at Takrade in Traban. The robbers broke into the bank and used an industrial electric cutter to cut the bank's vaults and made away with the money in the vaults. On 18th May 2025, about 1:45 a.m., the same group armed with pump-action guns robbed the Asukori Rural Bank at Wood Village, Kumasi, and made away with cash from the bank's vault, and also bolted with 1 pump-action gun with 6 AAA live ammunition and cashed the sum of 2,060 Ghana cedis belonging to the security guard on duty, who they tied up and abandoned. On 30th May 2025, the same men, armed with 3 pump-action guns, broke into the Ahafo Community Bank at Kukum after having held the security man captive and tying his hands behind his back. The robbers broke into the bank vault with an electric cutting machine and made away with the cash. On 10 July 2025, these robbers, again armed with pump-action guns, stormed the Nwabija Rural Bank at Ofinso, took the security guard hostage, tied his legs and hands at his back. They then broke into the banking hall, but could not get access into the vaults. They then bolted with 11 AA live ammunition. On 18 July 2025, same gang broke into the Bosomchi Rural Bank at Ejinasi in Kumasi. However, the swift response of the police there foiled their plans and they bolted from the bank premises. Again, on 4th August 2025, the same gang, armed with pump-action guns, besieged the Kakum Rural Bank premises, accosted the security guards, including a police officer on duty, tied them up, and proceeded to the banking hall. They then used an electric cutter to cut open the vaults and made away with the money. On 15th August 2025, at about 1 a.m., a gang armed with pump-action guns broke into the MRB Bank premises off the Winneba Swedu Road, held some bank staff residing closer to the bank hall hostage, and attempted to rob the bank. Their attempt to cut open the vault, as usual, failed due to the prompt response of the police patrol team. However, they managed to escape after firing shots at the patrol team. Meanwhile, they left behind 1 pump-action gun loaded with 8 cartridges and 1 industrial electric cutter. On 16th August 2025 at 1:45 a.m., the same gang proceeded to Achim Asene, where they robbed the South Birim Rural Bank. Armed with pump-action guns, they entered the bank premises, held the security man hostage, and later bolted with cash from the bank. On 25th August 2025, the gang, again armed with 3 pump-action guns, stormed the Wenchi NIB Bank, tied the security man and held him hostage. They broke into the bank vault and made away with the money. On 8 September 2025, the gang, again armed with 3 pump-action guns and 1 AK-47 rifle, stormed the EcoBank Kenyasi premises, and due to their large number, held the 2 police officers on duty hostage at gunpoint and seized their 2 AK-47 rifles, loaded with ammunition, together with 3 mobile phones. Their attempt to cut open the main vault failed due to faulty electric industrial cutter machine. They then bolted with the 2 service AK-47 rifles. And lastly, on Sunday, 14 September 2025, at 3:30 a.m., the same gang, armed with pump-action guns and 3 AK-47 rifles, broke into the St. Martin de Porres Cooperative Credit Union at Atonsu, Monaco, held the security man and his wife hostage, and robbed the bank of an amount of money. Police, on arrival at the scene, retrieved 1 AK-47 rifle magazine loaded with 10 rounds of ammunition. Exhibits so far recovered by the police from the suspects include the following: 3 AK-47 assault rifles, 1 single-barrel gun with 1 AAA ammunition, 7 pump-action guns, and 96 rounds of AAA ammunition, 3 Bruni pistols with 40 rounds of ammunition, 1 M&P pistol with 4 rounds of ammunition, cash the sum of 18,845 Ghana cedis, 104 US dollars, 190 Liberian dollars, 5,800 naira, 31,000 sefa, and a quantity of assorted Ghana coins. 6 vehicles, 4 motorbikes, assorted mobile phones, and jewelries. Ladies and gentlemen, it is worth noting that one of the AK-47 rifles marked GHGP/ASH/TEPA/TP/B1523 retrieved from this gang was a police service weapon issued to number 48034 G Corporal Francis Eduyao, then at Tepa Police District Headquarters, who was sadly attacked by armed robbers and killed on the Bibiani-Goso Highway on 29 November 2024 while he was returning from an official duty. This is an indication that this same gang committed that heinous crime. The other 2 AK-47 rifles, also service weapons, were snatched from officers who were on duty at Ecobank Ahafo Kenyasin when they were attacked by a gang of armed robbers on 8 September 2025. Between November 2024 and September 2025, the police administration responded to a series of bank robberies across the country. A critical analysis of these robberies revealed a similar modus operandi employed by the robbers. Their modus was that the gang, armed with pump-action guns, attack a bank, hold the security guards hostage, snatch their weapons, and then use industrial cutting machines to break into the vault of the banks. Targeted intelligence gathering across the affected regions led police to one of the suspects, one Kwabna Owusu-Ansah alias Kobi, an ex-convict who is believed to be the mastermind who recruited several others for the robbery operations. On 18 September 2025, an intelligence team proceeded to Esereso Adeja, where sustained surveillance led to the arrest of suspect Kwesi Eje alias Cobra, the leader of the gang, in his hideout at Esereso Adeja. A search conducted in his house and its surroundings led to the retrieval of 2 AK-47 rifles marked BA 406069 and AB 405216, with a magazine loaded with 13 rounds of ammunition concealed in a sack buried in a pond of water behind his house. The said weapons were police rifles, which were snatched from policemen on duty at Ecobank Kenyasi branch on 8 September 2025. A Toyota Noah minibus with registration number AS295625 was also recovered and impounded. On interrogation, suspect Kwesi Eje alias Cobra admitted to the robberies and mentioned suspects Kwabna Owusu-Ansah alias Kobi, David Ebobi alias Kofi, David Wasti, Francis Akwa alias Preman, Stephen Say, Martin Akansina alias 1 Billion, Kweku Prepar alias X5, Nanaya Frimpong alias Mystical, Kojo Atingao alias Boga, Al-Hassan Ibrahim, Samuel Apia alias Akwesi Mugu, Samuel Akwesi Jan, Nati Bongo, Bozin, and Albert as his accomplices in the various robberies. Further intelligence led to the arrest of David Obobi alias Wasti, a trotro driver, from his hideout at Ejisu Achia Krum. A search conducted in his room revealed 7 pump-action guns, 97 live rounds of AAA ammunition, 4 foreign pistols, and 36 live rounds of 9mm ammunition, a hammer, a metal cutter, 5 heavy-duty metal chisels, and assorted mobile phones. A red-colored Toyota Hiace minibus with registration number AS9039/21, used in conveying the suspects to the various robbery destinations, was also recovered and impounded. The team later arrested suspect Stephen Say at Atonsu Chirapatre. A search in a silver-colored Toyota Corolla saloon car with registration number GG4721 led to the retrieval of one AK-47 assault rifle marked GHGP/ASH/TEPA/TP/B1523 with a magazine loaded with 25 rounds of ammunition concealed in the front passenger door. The said AK-47 rifle was observed to be the same police service rifle which was robbed from the police officer who was shot and killed by the robbers. Police moved to Ahria Zongo, Aputoja, Abontem, and Kahasi Bost and arrested suspect Ibrahim Al-Hassan, 30 years, a taxi driver, Francis Akwa alias Preman, 30 years, a trailer driver, and Martin Akansina alias 1 Billion, 43 years, a truck pusher, respectively. A red and yellow Opel Astra taxi cab with registration number GT1992V and the black Absonic motorbike number M25AW2177 were retrieved from suspects Ibrahim Al-Hassan and Martin Akansina, respectively. The team proceeded to Esiofua, where suspect Kweku Pepra alias X5, who engaged a shootout with the police, got shot. A Bruni pistol loaded with 4 rounds of ammunition was retrieved from him. Another team proceeded to Esereso Living Waters and arrested suspect Kwejo Atingao, 35 years, a drinking spot operator, and retrieved 1 single barrel gun and 1 AAA cartridge from him. The team then went to Apromasenia Odom to arrest suspect Kwabna Uswansa alias Kobi, but met his absence. His red Toyota Corolla number GR607618 and black Suzuki motorbike number M25AS9360 were impounded for investigation. On 19 September 2025, acting upon information that the pump action gun robbed at St. Martin de Porres Cooperative Credit Union at Atonsu, Monaco on 14 September 2025 was in the custody of suspect Natibongo, who lived at Pechi and Obuasi. A team moved to the location for his arrest. However, the suspect got shot during an exchange of fire with the police. 2 pump action guns numbers ASAX 10158-2020, which was robbed at St. Martin de Porres, and ASAQ 936723 with 31 rounds of AAA ammunition and 1 M&P pistol loaded with 4 rounds of 9mm ammunition were retrieved from him. The team further proceeded to Boho near Kronum and arrested suspect Samuel Akwesi Apia alias Akwesman, 37 years, a trotro driver, and Yao Frimpong alias Nanayao alias Mystical, 32 years, an apprentice from their hideouts. A black unregistered Toyota Voxy vehicle was retrieved from suspect Samuel Akwesi Apia alias Akwesman. Suspect Kweku Pepra alias X5, Natibongo and Bozin Akwesi Apia, who engaged police in a shootout during the operation, were shot and died while receiving medical attention. The bodies have been deposited at the morgue for preservation and autopsy. From investigation conducted so far, I can report that some of the suspects, upon interrogation, have confessed to their involvement in the robberies. In addition, investigation has been able to confirm that some of the suspects were present at the various crime scenes around the time these robberies occurred. Also, during an identification parade, some of the suspects were positively identified by some victims of the robbery. Additionally, some of the exhibits, including the AK-47 rifles, some of the pump action guns, and mobile phones, have also been positively identified. Investigation is still ongoing. All the suspects are in custody and will be put before court while efforts are intensified to get those at large arrested. Before I conclude, I would like to once again highly commend the Ashanti Regional Commander and all the officers whose dedication and professionalism contributed to this successful operation. We are indeed proud of you. I wish to make a special mention of my boss, the Inspector General of Police, Mr. Christian Tete Yohonu. Sir, your special competencies in intelligence operations and your leadership guided this operation and many others to success. We are indeed grateful. Ladies and gentlemen, we wish to assure the good people of Ghana that the Ghana Police Service will continue to work around the clock to ensure security, law, and order at all times in the country. As always, we call on all our stakeholders and the general public to continue to support the police, report suspicious activities, and share credible information with the police. To the criminals out there, always remember that you may run and hide, but we will surely get you arrested to face the full rigors of the law. We are coming for you. I thank you for your attention.
The COP, Lydia Donko, she's the head of the CID and the police service, and she said that they dismantled the notorious criminal syndicate made up of 15 persons behind major bank robberies in various regions. Also, the modus operandi of these robbers are often to scale the walls of these banks, disarm the security men and tie them up, and also hold them hostage while they make or proceed to the banking vaults using an electric cutter into the vault, also using pump-action guns, especially an AK-47 rifles. Some of the suspects have confirmed to these robberies and are being interrogated in aiding in investigations. She also said that those out there, they're still watching out and will come for you. And that's updates from the police headquarters. You're still listening to Joy News Desk. We'll take a break. We'll return with business.
The Joy News Desk, and it's time for business. I am Michelle Ejekum. Let's get into the stories. Now, the Bank of Ghana is stressing that robust macroeconomic diagnostics are vital to guiding sound economic policy and driving recovery. Delivering remarks on behalf of Governor Dr. Johnson Isiama at the opening of the IMF YFM Regional Course on Macroeconomic Diagnostics in Accra, Special Advisor to the Director of Research, John Kotoku, warned that without proper diagnostics, even the best intentioned measures could drift off course.
At the opening of the IMF YFM Regional Course on Macro Diagnostic in Accra, Special Advisor to the Director of Research at the Bank of Ghana, John Kotoku, delivering a speech on behalf of Governor Dr. Johnson Isiama, said robust macroeconomic diagnostics serve as the compass that guides policy.
Business and consumer confidence surveys also point to renewed optimism, while inflationary pressures are easing under disciplined monetary policy stance. These are the green shoots of recovery, still fragile, but unmistakably promising. The lesson is clear. Robust macroeconomic diagnostics are not a technical exercise. They are the compass that guides policy. Without them, even the most well-intended measures can drift off course. With them, recovery and transformation are not just aspirations, but achievable realities. Distinguished participants, this course is your opportunity to shape in your diagnostic skills.
The Director General of YFM, Baba Y. Musa, also challenged member states to ensure stability across all sectors of their economies, noting that this is essential for sustainable growth and development in the region.
You know, we had a lot of headwinds that came and affected the region. The COVID was part of it. Prior to COVID, we have had the financial crisis that preceded the COVID. And immediately after the COVID, there were other headwinds, the geopolitical tension, and many other structural issues that arose, which made countries not to meet the convergence criteria. But what we have seen now within the region is there is still stability in almost all the countries. Most of the countries have embarked on reforms that are yielding positive results now. And so we believe that by the end of 2027, I think we should be in a good position.
The course brings together policymakers and technical experts from across West Africa to build stronger tools for diagnosing and responding to macroeconomic challenges.
And that's all for Business on Joy News Desk. I am Michelle Ejekum. For more business news, log on to myjoyonline.com. Mamisi.
Thank you, Michelle, for the business update. But that's how we wrap up here on Joy News Desk. We'll be back tomorrow with more.